Welcome to the never-ending Tory. Reminds me of the song, with the rather long, sustained phrase in the lyrics. Never-ending Tory. Just once more. The never-ending Tory. Or the never-ending Tory. Enjoy. I'll turn 61 this March the 17th. I doubt seriously now that I'll ever turn 71 on March the 17th, 2029. Now that the gang of however many have left the Labour Party, now that the Tory self-interest defections have happened, my lifespan, and I might add the lifespan of many, has been seriously curtailed. Along with those of us who are sick, disabled, mentally ill, reliant on state support, and considered by the Tories, in the main, a worthless drain on public resources. This little group now ensures that the Tories will remain in power for at least another decade. During this time, they will fully privatise the NHS, and while they create more billionaires than any other country in Europe, life will become unbearable for those already living in abject poverty. The return of Victorian-era diseases will continue. GPs will continue to treat people for malnutrition. Homeless people will freeze to death on our streets. The education system will be decimated, and only those parents able to pay will ensure a proper education for their children. Employment rights will simply no longer exist, and employers will be able to hire and fire at will. Human rights will be limited, and things like detention without trial will become commonplace. With the rise of hate politics and the far right, the UK will become increasingly racist, and everyday racism will continue to become commonplace. The old and the sick will remain easy targets for frustration and intolerance, and the already massive divide between the super rich and the dirt poor will grow to an extent that it threatens the very stability of civil society. During another decade of Tory rule, I expect to see my own existing medical conditions untreated. I expect to experience homelessness, starvation, bullying by various agencies of the corporate state, and I expect a further breakdown in my mental health. All the while this is happening to myself, I also expect to watch the further decline in life expectancy of large percentage of the UK population. Beyond that, I expect a further decade of social exclusion. I expect the police force to be taken over by private corporations. I expect my access to free representation in our courts to simply disappear. Even now, I expect to be considered guilty until proven innocent, and not the other way around. I expect to live my last years in a police state, and I fear for my children who will do exactly the same. In short, British politics is now so irretrievably broken that this has opened the way to a totally fascist ideology, fascist policies, and fascist control over the lives of ordinary people. In these times, the sick and disabled have always done badly. In such societies, the, quote, different have always been hunted down. Under such rulers, the rich have always become richer, and brutality has become the central order of the day.